Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. So what I've got out on the board is my latest Enchanters set that I got. Just fresh off a Kickstarter, arrived this last week, and I've been getting ready to play it. So what I'm actually going to do for this game is going to play a pretty basic game of Enchanters. I'm going to play two players, so we're going to have Pilot Joe versus Tanya over here. So standard two-player game. I am not going to use the Overlord as part of this game, and I'm not going to use the Wound deck. Also, I'm keeping the Mythic cards that are new Big Baddie. I'm keeping that out of the game at this point in time. I did add in the quests that you can do, so I've got 4 quests out there right now. So if we take a look at those, there are Power of the Shield is one that I could potentially get. And then I have some spiked armor is out there. So I'd have to have 4 defense to grab that one. And I've got Scar Accounting. And this one looks like it's going to go back and forth between the two players. And then I've got this one right here, which is Master Enchanter, which is 5 pairs, which is going to be tough to get to. So we're going to play with the quests. I am using, of the new cards that I got, I'm using one of the new locations, which is the Bonsai Court. So you can see there for this location, I'm going to have a multi-action if I can pay 2 and get +1 attack. And then after there's a resolve action, what's the exact wording on that? An immediate effect. After resolving an immediate effect, I get to heal 1. And then if I use it as my rest action, then I get 4 gems, essentially. So, and I like the little quote down there. Negotiations often take weeks. No one wants to leave this place. So it's kind of a neat little location. I like that one. It's not too complicated. All right. For the characters, I am using the banners and classes rather than the Fist of Enchanting. So I've got, for Pilot Joe over here, he has the Gainchan banner, along with of Paladins, right? So when I can heal another player to get an additional attack, and then I can bury this card, which essentially sends it to the bottom of the deck, and then I can use my rest. When I use my rest action, it's going to unbury that card, which is kind of an interesting effect. We'll have to see how that works. And over here, Tanya has the Dragonkin banner of see-through bards, it looks like, because the bards looks like it matches the color of my green screen there. So ideally, she's going to want to kill dragons. And if she does a rest action, she gets an extra little boost there. So we'll see how that works out. So I have my fancy little mat out here, my new little player mats. 2 more come in the set, but I think we're ready to go. We've got 5 gems for each person. I took a look at my little help card here, right? It says each player takes 5 crystals. Instead of the Fist of Enchanting, we've got the banners and classes. Then I have 4 halved decks. So I believe that's the Dark Elves, there's some Pirates, there's the Samurai, and there's the Goblins. I have all of those in here. Oop, which I totally didn't show you because that was just totally covered up by my help card. So we have some Samurai. We've got some Goblins. Oop, that's still Goblins. There's some Pirates. And where's our last one? Samurai, Goblins, Pirates, Dark Elves. All right. So we've got 4 different classes in there. And now, if I throw my little help card back up there, you're going to see that we've got, because I'm playing 2-player, I'm going to find 6 items and enchantments. Put those, I'm going to take those from the bottom of the deck and put them on the top of the deck. And then I'm going to put 6 cards out from the top that are going to make up my journey track. All right, so let's get my little help card out of the way here so you can see what's going on the table. All right, so we did a little bit of shuffling. I'm going to grab the bottom 6 cards. So we're going to say bottom card is monster. There's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, we can put these back on the bottom. Take these and shuffle them up a little bit, and I'm going to put them out on the journey track. All right, and this is our journey track here, and what that essentially says is in order to go beyond this point, I have to pay a crystal or 2 crystals or 3 crystals, yada, 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 to get to where it is. All right, so let's put them out here. So we've got an of honor, some lockpicks, some fire, an axe, and of stone, and of the tiger. All right, so we're ready to start at this point in time. Now, I've got some chips out here. Those are 1s. I think these are 5s. I've got a reference. I still have my reference here. So 1s, 3s, and 10s. All right, so 1s, 3s, and those should be 10s. All right, so I think we're going to start with Pilot Joe because he's on my left. This is a new setup I'm trying out here, so I'm against a different wall, and my green screen's to my right rather than my left. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, so I adjusted things. But all right, here we go. So Pilot Joe's going to go first. Now he can grab this for free. If he takes that, let's see, I would get to heal 1, but that really doesn't matter at this point in time. It's an enchantment, and it says, when I take it, I can unbury a target thing, but it's on top already, so that doesn't do me any good. I think I want something that's going to help him do damage at this point in time. So that one would cost 3 to get there, but it's going to do damage, do 1 damage to all other players for every 2, so it's not going to do a lot of damage. Let's see here. This one, ooh, the lockpicks are really nice. It says when your turn begins, steal 1 from another player. Now, the problem with that is it's going to go away as soon as I throw another card on top of there. I would kind of like something with persistent value, so I think we're going to go with this. We're going to go with the of fire. So we're going to spend 2 to journey down the track to here and get the of fire. So that's what Joe gets. And we can see it's an enchantment, so it's going to go on top of here. And it's going to cover up this text. But now we have 1 attack, so we're up to 1 on the attack track. And everything's going to move down, and we're going to bring out a new card. All right, so next up it's Tanya's turn. Now for Tanya, we've got the of honor there. What else do we have here? What could she go after? She could spend 5 to go after that, because that Naginata is pretty dang nice, but it's way down the track there. But it gives a 1 and then a 1 constantly. The axe wouldn't be bad either. I think what I really want is the Naginata, but that's going to cost 5, which is all of her starting gems. That's kind of going all in on that one, but we're going to do it. We're going to go there. So Tanya's going to get Naginata. All right, so she actually goes up. Now she has 2 attack. All right, we have a new card come out. Oh, we have a pirate. That's our first monster to come out there. And he's got 4 health, so he's kind of tough to defeat. All right, at that point in time, we're back to Pilot Joe. So what's Pilot Joe looking at? He's got his nice of fire out there. Is there any items that, so if he gets the axe, which he can pay for to get that far, that's going to give him an attack and a defense. So I think he's going to do that. He's going to spend 2, and he's going to get this axe. And the axe goes in his items. And then when I do that, I've got 2 attack and 1 defense. And it says deal 1 to all other players for every 2. And I've got 2 now, so we're going to do, oh, that's a 5. We're going to give 1 damage to Tanya over here. All right. We're going to slide everything down and replace. And we're over to Tanya's turn. Now, Tanya doesn't have any money. So her options are, she can rest, in which case the of honor would go away. If she takes a rest action, she's going to get 4. Plus, she actually gets one here, so she would actually get 5 gems, which would be pretty nice. Otherwise, she could just take the of honor. The of honor would cover up her bards here. It would give her a defense, and then she could trade attack for defense, but I don't think it's worth it. I think she really needs the money at this point in time. So she's going to do the rest action. So the rest action says, it's one of your actions, and then you take the first card of the journey track and you're going to discard it. So this card, the of honor, is going to get discarded. When I take the rest action, I get 4 gems, and then after taking a rest action, take another gem. So I'm going to get 5 gems. So we're going to grab, let's see, these were 1, 2, and then these counted as 3. So we're going to grab 5 gems total, 5 value in gems. Then we're going to be done. Everything's going to slide down the track. All right, we're starting to get some bad guys out there. Okay, so we're back over to Pilot Joe. Pilot Joe's only got 1 out there. Right now he's got 2 attack and 1 defense. And let's see here. He can spend, because of this, he could spend 2 to get +1 attack. So he could take out the Ronin if he could go that far down the track, but he can't really. The other things he could look at are, there's the of stone he could get. Ooh, wait a minute. We need to go back because I took a damage. So right now, scar counting belongs to Tanya because she has the more wounds than anybody else. So she's currently earned that card, I guess. All right. Let's see here. So, does Joe want to go after the of stone? I think so. I think that would be, because it's got a nice end value too, where you get 1 victory point for each shield. So I think he's going to go ahead and grab the of stone. So he's got to spend 1 to go that far down the track. He's going to grab of stone. That's going to go on here. All right, so now he should be at 2 defense and 2 attack, because he's got 2 and then 2 showing. All right, everything's going to slide down. Slide, slide, slide. Ooh, and a crossbow. All right, so now Tanya's turn is opened up a little bit. She's got money so she can go down the track. She's currently got 2 attack, or she could spend money to boost her attack also. Now, we've got a pirate out there, and we've got the Ronin. So the Ronin potentially does 2 damage. You can discard this card. Get +2 and +2. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So it kind of helps for an attack later. There's this great armor out there, which is massive on the defense side. Like, you get that card and you're set, but you're going to take 4 damage as soon as you do it. And then every time you rest, you're going to take 1. But that's a great card, I think. I mean, it looks really good. I think we're going to go after that. Oh, if we do that, it's going to cover up our Naginata and our ability to get other weapons and bolster our attack is going to be mitigated. Oh, I don't know that I want to do that. All right. I think. So that's -1 for +3 or -1 for plus. I think she's going to get Eye of the Tiger. So I'm going to spend 1. And we're going to get this Eye of the Tiger. Now, the Eye of the Tiger is really interesting. Take a look at Eye of the Tiger. So I can take away 1 defense for +3 attack, or take away 1 attack for +3 defense. So I need to get some defense going. But that's a pretty cool ability. All right, so Tanya's done. Things are going to move down. All right, and we're back over to Pilot Joe's turn. All right, so the thing I need to make sure I pay attention to is after resolving an immediate effect, I heal 1. Haven't ran into that yet, but there's going to be a lot of those when I start fighting things. All right, so we're looking at Joe. Problem is Joe's got no money, so his choice is either to rest or take the lock picks. So if he takes the lock picks, he would cover up his axe, which would take away 1 of his defense. I think he's better off taking the rest action. So Joe's going to take the rest action, which is going to, due to this, it's going to net him 4 gems. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So Joe's got 4 now. Let's see here. He doesn't have anything that triggers when he rests. Oh, so when I use it, I unbury this card. So this is going to go back on top. So the Gainshan banner is back on top. Now it looks like I can bury it to get +2, which is kind of neat. So our static is that we've got 2 attack and 1 defense right now. All right, and the lockpicks go away, and everything's going to move down 1. And we're getting into a realm where there's going to have to be some fighting, I think, going on. All right, so over to Tanya's turn. So Tanya can attack for 2. She could get rid of a defense and bolster her attack up, or she can pay 2 to get +1 attack. So she could actually get up to the 4 attack to take out that pirate, which might be kind of nice. Then she could take out the Ronin here. So she can travel all the way down to the Of Pain. So she could get the crossbow, or she could get the Of Pain. So once per turn when taking any damage, deal 1 to another player. That's pretty nice. That would cover up her Of the Tiger. This would cover up the attack of the Naginata, but I think we're going to go with that. We're going to get the crossbow, which is going to cost me 3. So we're going to take the crossbow. That's going to go on top of our item there. So we're building it up. So now she's got 1, 2, 3 attacks. Still doesn't have any defense. But if I take a look at the crossbow, I like it because it's got an attack on the bottom and the top. Right, and then we have as a rest action, take 3 and other players take damage. So what that puts her at is she could get 4, which is what Pilot Joe is normally getting, plus she gets to give a damage over. So that's kind of cool, except for there's this card here that says if you have the most damage, you get to claim it for 3 victory points, so maybe we don't want Pilot Joe to have all of the damage. All right, let's see here. Ooh, sitting out there is this Power of the Shield, which is a quest where I discard 3, and then I get it, and I take 15, which is pretty huge. Nobody's got 4 defense yet to claim this. All right, so we need to move down because Tanya grabbed a thing. Pilot Joe's turn. What's Pilot Joe doing? So he's got 2 attack right now. I can bury that card for 2 defense, which is going to give him like 1,000,000 defense. Or let's see, what's he got out there? So he's got 4 gems, so he could go down to here on the track. That guy isn't too tough to kill. It's going to cost him a lot. It's going to get him a victory point, though, which would be kind of nice. There's also, this guy would be fairly easy to kill. Let's go after this guy. Because 4 is going to, well, we could potentially come up with 4, but I think we'll go after the Ronin. All right, so it's going to cost me 1 to go after the Ronin. So if if I take a look at the Ronin takes 2 to kill and he's attacking for 2. So by default, I've got 2. It says that I can bury this card for +2 defense. So I'm going to go ahead and bury this card. That's going to drop it down to the bottom. I'm going to get +2 defense. So that's going to temporarily boost me up 2. And then I've got 2, so that's going to push me up to 4. So I've got 2 attack and 4 defense, which should be enough that I can defeat the Ronin and not take any damage. So when I do that, let's see here. Now I have the Ronin, and the Ronin's going to say discard this card and get +2/+2. Or I can use it later to do that also. All right, so we've got a monster out there. All right, so that's our first defeat of the game, which is cool. Took no damage, dealt enough to take him out. All right, anything else? I think this all goes down now. Yep. So I'm going to shift everything down, flip out another card, and it's Tanya's turn. So Tanya's only got 1 right now. She does have 1, 2, 3 attack. She could convert that into 2 attack and 3 defense. If she were to do that, she could potentially take out the assassin. The problem is she's only got 1, so she can only go after the armor. So what I think needs to happen is she's going to need to take a rest action. Now she does have her, where did that go? Because of the crossbow, crossbow says she can do a rest action, take 3, other players take 1. I think she's going to go that route. So she's going to use this rest action so that she's going to take 3. She's going to get a bonus over here, which says after using rest action, take 1. So she's going to get 4. I'm going to go 4. And then she also, other players take 1 wound. So she's going to hand a wound off. Let's see here, where's a 1 wound? All the 1 wounds buried. Of course they are. There we go. She's going to give a wound to Pilot Joe. All right, because she took a rest action, the lowest card goes away, and everything shifts down. All right, Pilot Joe's turn. All right, so right now he's sitting at 2 and 2. All right, he's got 3 here. He could go after the of pain, which would say when he takes a wound, deal 1 wound to another player. So that way if she tries to pull these shenanigans where she rests and does damage to him, he can pass it back, which would be kind of nice. He could go take on this assassin, which also would be a good thing. He would like, so he's going to get 1 victory point for each defense that he comes up with. So maybe going after this of darkness would be of immense value, but he's only got 3, so he can't go that deep into the stack. He can only go to right here. Choices. All right. Now if he takes the great armor, he's totally limiting himself on how much attack he can do. But if he does that, he would get the spiked armor. Tough choices. Let's go after... Oh, I'm not sure which to go after here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take on the assassin. So we're going to spend 2. And we need to do 1 damage, which we've got. All right, and then we're going to have 3 damage incoming. We can block 2 of it. I could do some shenanigans to make the rest of it, but I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to take 1 more damage. Open it at -1 here. And then when I defeat him, it says target player takes 2. So I'm going to do 2 I'll send 2 over to Tanya over there. Now, the other thing I need to remember is after resolving an immediate action, heal 1. So we're also going to heal 1. All right, now we've got this monster to add to our stack. Starting to build up our victory points. All right, everything slides down. Now we're over to Tanya's turn. Tanya's starting to get some wounds there. She's got 3, 4, 5 gems to work with, so she can go all the way to the end of the stack if she wants to. There's a big monster down there. Let's see here. She's got 3 attack. She could pay 4 to get up to 5 attack. So she could get down there. He's worth 4 victory points, which is pretty fantastic. But there's also that of darkness that's sitting out there too, which looks really nice because it's got 1 on each side. And then after using a rest action, deal 1 to other players. Oh, wow. So that she could be doing a lot of damage just by resting to Pilot Joe there. But I think she's going to go after the victory points here. So she's going to go after the Minotaur. It's going to, it's going to cost her 4 to get down there, and then she's not going to have enough to take him out. Okay. Going to have to reconsider that. That's a bad idea. She doesn't have enough to take him out. She's got 3. She'd have to spend all of her money in order to take him out, and that won't work. All right, so instead she's going to concentrate on the earlier part. So there's 4, which she could do. And he's worth a victory point. So it's either go after him or maybe go after the of darkness. There is the of pain, or she could rest and just get a bunch of money. The other problem is if you rest, the great armor goes away, which looks really nice. Actually, maybe she should do that, because if she gets the great armor, she can use that to trigger Eye of the Tiger. And that's not a bad combo. That's going to get her locked in a little bit into what it is that she can do, but maybe that's worth it. It seems pretty early in the game to get locked in like that. Oh, that's a tough choice. But then she's kind of fighting for the rest of the game and hoping to get victory points. Let's do it. We're going to do it. So Tanya's going to go ahead and she's going to grab the great armor. All right. So the great armor is going to pop right here. All right. What that's going to do is it's going to have make it 2 attack and 5 defense, which is huge. So after that happens, you're going to take 4 wounds. So let's get a 5 and put a 1 back in there. So we're up to 7. That's a lot of minus. Now, as part of that, after resolving an immediate effect, we get to put 1 back, so that's good. Now, also, she is up to 5 on the track there, so she gets the spiked armor. So she gets some bonus there. All right, and she's definitely in the lead on the more wounds than anybody else. Okay, so she's done. We're going to move everything down. And we're over to Pilot Joe. So what's Pilot Joe doing there? So right now he's still got his 2 attack and 2 defense. He's only got 1, so he can go after the pirate potentially. Or he can grab the of pain. I think he's going to grab the of pain here. We're going to stack it on top of our of stone. It's going to bring our attack up 1 to 3. And then I could discard the 3 and get 15. We'll hold on to that. All right. Everything's going to slide down. We're over to Tanya's turn. Now Tanya's got this great armor, which is massive. She could potentially, she's got 5 defense and 2 attack. She can sacrifice a defense to get +3 attack. So she could go down to 4 defense and 5 attack. Which sounds good for taking on the Minotaur, because he's worth that big fat 4 victory points. So she's going to spend 2 to journey down the track. So she's going to be here. She has 2 attack and 5 defense, but she's going to use her Eye of the Tiger to spend a defense to give her +3 attack. So she's going to go up to 5 attack and have 4 defense. The 5 attack is enough to defeat the Minotaur and take no damage. So that's going to pop out, and it says take 2 for every 5. So she has 6. So she's going to get 2 there. Also, because there is an immediate effect, she's going to heal 1. All right, and that should be it. I'm going to pop these down. And it's over to Pilot Joe's turn. All right, so what Pilot Joe is looking at is he has 1, so he can go after the Of Darkness, or he can fight the pirate. So he's only got 1, 2, 3. He's got an ability here which says another player heals 1, get +1 attack. So he could take out the pirate that way. Or we could get the Of Darkness, which is going to give him +2 defense. I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to go after the Of Darkness. And the reason I'm thinking we're going to go after the Of Darkness there is, well, first of all, it's going to bump us up. We're going to have 3 attack and 3 defense. That's kind of a good combo. The other part of that is there's a discard 3, get 15. So we're getting kind of close to that. So we may go that route. Or we could go that route right now if we wanted to. All right, so we're back over to Tanya. What's Tanya looking at? Tanya thinks right now she probably needs to work on getting victory points because really she's kind of in a spot where she's kind of held on the build right now. So there's another giant out there. And let's see, it would cost 2 to go after him. She would need 4 to take him out, and he does 5 damage. And really, I don't think she wants Pilot Joe to get him because he's already got something that's going to give him 1 for each defense that he has and doubling that up. And she could really use that with the great armor out there. That could be really nice. So, yep, she's going to go after the giant. So she's going to have to spend 2 to journey that far. She needs to generate 4 attack. So she's got 1, 2, and she's going to give up 1 of her defense to get +3. So that's going to give her 5 attack, and she's going to have 4 defense. So the 5 attack is enough to defeat the giant. The 4 defense says that she's going to take a point of damage. So she's going to have 1 incoming. Let's see here. It says that the giant attacks all players. So with his 5 attack, he's also going to be attacking Pilot Joe. Pilot Joe's got 1, 2, 3 defense. Does he have any other abilities he can use? No. So he's going to take 2. Grab a couple of 1s if I can find them. There's a couple of 1s. All right. All right. So the giant is now going to drop on top of that for Tanya. All right. And everything slides down. Next up, we're over to Pilot Joe. Pilot Joe's got no money, so he's either going to fight the pirate or take a rest. So what's he want to do here? He does not. So he could discard that card and get a bonus to take out the pirate, but really he's given up a a victory point for a victory point, plus some petty stealing, which is not all that great. You could heal and get up to the 4 attack to take out the pirate. Now that's an interesting option there. I think that he's going to do that. He's going to, another player heals 1, and he gets +1 attack. So he's going to let Tanya heal 1. Then that gives him +1 attack, so that's going to move him up to 4 attack and 2 defense. He can take on the pirate and be able to defeat the pirate without taking any damage, because the pirate's got 4 health and 1 attack, so his 2 defense blocks all of that. Now there is an immediate action that says take 2. He can get 2. Then he gets to steal 1 from another player. So take that 3, cash it in. She's got 2, and he gets 1. And then, because an immediate action happened, he gets to heal 1. All right. And that worked out pretty well for him, I think. All right, well, this is going to slide down. We're going to slide down, slide down, slide down, flip a card. Ooh, an ogre. I still haven't seen any dragons yet, I don't think. 0 dragons. All right. Tanya's turn. Let's see here. What's she going to go after? So she's only got 2 and she's got 5 wounds on her. That guy only takes 1 to defeat, and he attacks for 3, so that would be like a no-op. She could take him out. This guy actually is probably a better target, because he's worth more victory points. He's worth 1, he's worth 2. So I think she's going to go after this guy. Let's double check. That's as far as she can go down is here. If she goes there, it takes away all of her defense bonus from her armor. But that has a, after using rest, unbury any of them. So she could move the armor back to the top. Ooh, that's a really interesting card there. It would temporarily put her out in the open pretty bad, but it has a nice rest ability there to keep getting that armor back on top. Ooh, 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 that's nice. Nope, she's going to go for the victory points. I think it's, oh, it's a tough decision. Because if she doesn't get it, then, well, then Pilot Joe, I think she's going to get the whetstone. We're going to go with the whetstone. She's going to do that. She's going to grab the whetstone, which is going to bury the armor. All right, so that's going to set her at 3 attack and no defense right now. All right, then everything's going to move down. All right, next up, Pilot Joe. What's Pilot Joe doing? He's got 3 sitting there, so he could go all the way down after the assassin. He's got 3 attack and 3 defense, so he could kill the assassin. He could kill the assassin. Is the cannon of interest to him? So the cannon would give 1 attack, and then discard an item for +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other thing that he's getting close, well, he needs to do some work, but this one is if you have 5 of each of those, it's worth 5 victory points. So it may be worth working towards that. I think so. So we're going to spend 2. We're going to get this cannon here. All right, things are going to move down. Down, the card comes out. All right, so what's going on with Tanya is Tanya has, she could take on the assassin, but she has no defense and 3 attack. So she would take wounds. That sounds kind of like a bad idea. So I think what she's going to do is take a rest. Now, if I look here, I can I don't have my other card that allowed me to do special rest stuff. So she's going to do a standard rest, which is here, which is take 4. She does have a bonus here, which lets her take an additional 1. So she's going to take 5. Get 2 and a 3, so she gets 5. All right. She has the after using rest, unbury any of your items. So she's going to unbury the great armor and put it back on top. There we go. Okay, so that's going to swap her back to 2 attack and 5 defense. All right, she took a rest action, so the bottom card of the journey track goes away. This all moves down. And it is Pilot Joe's turn. So Pilot Joe can do either of these two. He currently has actually 4 attack and 2 defense now. So the 4 attack, he could take out the goblin or the assassin. If he does that, what's he get out of the deal? Not a whole lot. If he rests, he can get the of darkness, which is deal 1 to other players. So he can do damage to Tanya if he takes a rest. I think he's better off going after one of the monsters that are out there. All right, so he's got 4 attack and 2 defense. So I think he's going to go after the assassin. Yeah, he's going to go after the assassin. So with his 4 attack and 2 defense, he's got more than enough to kill the assassin, but the assassin's going to do a damage to him. All right, he's got target player takes 2, so he's going to hand 2 damage on over to Tanya over there. So she's at 7. Now, also, there's a immediate action there, which says he gets to heal 1. And then Pilot Joe's done. So we're going to move stuff down. We're still missing on the dragons. Holy cow. All right, how far are we through this? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We still have 23 cards left. All right. What's Tanya going to do? Tanya is going to, she's got a decent amount of money there. And she can fight about anything that's out there. The ogre is worth the most. He's 5 victory points, which is huge. There's a pickaxe out there. There's ambidexterity, which says this enchantment is an exact copy of the top item, so it would act like a top item. Wow, that would be pretty cool. That would be a whole heck of a lot of defense. Let's see here. That guy's worth 3 victory points. And I could get up to the 5 attack by using my great armor and the Eye of the Tiger. So I think that's the choice right there. So we're going to spend 3 to go that far down. We're going to use our ability on our Eye of the Tiger, which says -1 defense for +3 attack. So we're going to go up to 5 attack and be at 4 defense, which is enough to take him out without taking any damage. Let's see here. So he's huge. He's 3 victory points. All right, we're going to move stuff down and flip that over. Okay, what I think I'm going to do here is cut this off right now. We're going to take a break, so this will probably be part 1. And then I'll do a part 2, and we'll dive back into the second half of this game of Enchanters. So I'll put a link over, let's see, that way. Let's see, because I moved my table around now. So it's going to be in that corner over there. I'll put a link to the next episode, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching.